Allowing yourself to settle down in Shavasana for a moment and bring your awareness to your body. Experience your breath as it flows in and out. Experience the ground beneath you. And as you breathe out, let go. Any anxiety, tension may have been experienced over the past week, allow it to flow away as you breathe out. Then you might like to stretch your body, if you have room to, over your head or out to the side, stretching your body before drawing it gently back in. If you wish to, knees onto the chest, hugging your knees to you. If you fancy rocking the pelvis from side to side, easing any tension in your lower back. And if you're ready, rolling yourself over or rolling yourself up and bringing yourself to sit, having either a bolster perhaps that's near you or a cushion or a folded blanket, anything you've got to hand. If you'd rather kneel around your bolster, you could do that. And we'll settle for a moment in our position, experiencing our breath. You may wish to practice Pali Mudra, the arms bowl. So we make a little curved, like a dish, with one hand, our left hand on the bottom, and a similar curved dish above it. And this is the gesture of the alms bowl. A feeling that we have sufficient allows tension, anxieties to drift away. Draws the breath down towards the base, increasing apana, downward flowing energy. And once again, you might like to close the eyes or drop the gaze and feel that exhale breath gently lengthening and releasing down into the earth. Calming and quietening. Feel how a deep breath comes into your body. As you let the breath flow away, you're able to breathe in a little more deeply. And you might like to place the palms together in Anjali Mudra by your heart. And take a moment to send yourself a message of unconditional love. To thank yourself for giving yourself this time to nurture your body, your mind, your spirit. And then setting any intention you have for this session. You want it to bring you ease, calm you, take away some of the day's anxieties, aches, pains from whatever you've been up to. And then with those intentions in mind, bowing your head. Namaste. Releasing the body, you might want to roll your shoulders slightly, either both together or separately. And hunch the shoulders up towards the ears, squeeze them there and allow them to either drop or float back down, pressing the shoulder blades into the waist. Breathing in, lifting the shoulders up towards the ears, and as you breathe out, sending them down. 2 more times, working with your breath. And bring the fingertips towards the shoulders or touching the shoulders, and bring the elbows together. And sending them down and softly, softly around wherever your shoulder joints will allow you to go right now. Breathing in as you go back up and over the top, breathing out as you come forwards and down. 2 more times in that direction. When you've completed those, pausing with your elbows towards the front. And beginning in the opposite direction, breathing in, opening the front of the chest, drawing the shoulder blades down behind. When you've done your 4, allowing the shoulders to roll back and then releasing the arms back into the body. And if you're close enough to the floor, you can do it from where. If you need to remove yourself from your support, you can do that. And taking one hand, your right hand gently down to the floor. Lifting your left hand up and extending gently over to the side. Breathing in, coming back to the center, releasing that arm down. Changing the size, extending the arm gently up if it's appropriate. Breathing out, feeling that length through the side of the body. Breathing into your ribs. Breathing in as you come up, breathing out as you release that arm down. And giving yourself once more a little shake, wriggle and roll. And you might like to put your hands either on your shins or your knees. Begin to loosen the spine with a gentle movement around. Feeling the sit bones rocking side, back, side, forwards. You might think of your breastbone, your heart, as leading you around. One more time in that direction, pausing in the center, and then leading yourself softly around in the opposite direction. Breathing as you move. Back to center, sitting tall, breathing. And we're going to roll over onto our knees if that's safe for you. If you'd rather do this in a different way, seated or some other way, then feel free to. But coming onto your knees with a blanket, if you've got one to hand, or some other padding if your floor is hard. Then kneeling back onto your haunches. If you need padding underneath your ankles, use your rolled blankets or a cushion. We're going to lift up and open the body. So we're going to do a high kneel, and then we're going to fold forwards into our cat, and then lifting off up into that opening cat, closing cat. So be breathing in and lifting, saluting gently, folding, drawing the belly back, finding the position of your hands into all fours. Breathing in, lifting and lengthening through the front of the spine. And breathing out, drawing the belly back, moving the weight into the legs. Ready to breathe in and lift yourself. And as you breathe out, folding back, heels to buttocks. If you find unable to kneel low, you can begin up. So breathing in, opening. Breathing out, belly in, rounding into your cat. Breathing in, flowing, lift the tail, lift the heart. Breathing out, draw the middle of the body together. Lifting off as you breathe in, staying here, lowering the arms, or appropriate for you, dropping your feet back to your feet. Breathing in. Out round. In, lengthening. Pull those hands and knees together. Push the hands and knees, move the weight to the back. Ready to lift. And closing either arms down or all the way to the heels. One more time. Follow your breath. Move with your breath. Pausing, experiencing the body, checking in, noticing how you feel. Now we're coming up to stand, tucking your toes under if that's safe for you, rolling onto your feet and finding a position to stand. Taking your feet hip width apart, maybe a little wider apart, and we'll take ourselves through our breathing as our golden seed. So making the contact with the earth, feeling that that's moving a little bit of energy. And bring our palms to rest at our dantian, gravity center. Bending your knees, moving your feet as is appropriate for you. First of all, we're going to lift the energy. Breathing in, lift the energy up. Pull it down through the center of your body. So you push it away, bend the knees. Then to the earth to lift the energy from the earth up towards the sky. And pull the energy from the heavens down into your body. Breathing in, lifting and lengthening. Sending it down and away, out to the furthest reaches. Folding, ready to breathe in and lift from the earth. So you hold your breath as you fold. And you bring it down as you breathe out. 2 more times, breathing in. Send it away. Pause as you fold to the earth. Lift. Close. Moving it into the next stage. So from 4-part breath to our golden seed. Taking in the twists, remembering if you wish to, you can make it slightly softer. But as you come forward and bend, you can either bend the knee, you can hold on to your opposite leg rather than taking yourself into the full stretch and finding the floor. So working with your body. Breathing in as we just began. Breathing out as we send it out to the sides, into our horse, folding into our elephant, and then swinging our trunk. So you can either lift the arm there, breathing in, back to your elephant, breathing out, swinging your trunk the other way. Breathing into center, breathing out, rolling up. Preparing, stretching the arms, breathing in, little back bend if you wish, into drinking bird, head down, arms up behind. Into rocking chair, sitting, you can have arms up or in front of you. Breathing out, head goes down, arms go up. Breathing in as you lift yourself to center. And as you breathe out, closing. Continuing, breathing in. Stretching out. Folding, if you can't reach the floor, it doesn't matter. Elephant, taking hold of one leg if you need to, little twist. Breathing in, let the arms dangle or touch the floor. Breathing out, taking yourself in the opposite direction. In as you come down. When you're ready, press down through the earth to lift yourself up. Breathing in, you'll stretch. And you fold wherever you go to, carefully into drinking bird, rocking chair. Sitting, little squat, forward bend. Lifting the body up and out, and as you settle back to your center. So that's a sort of less aggressive way to do it, a little more. So taking yourself to wherever you can go. Exhaling, pushing away. Folding. Holding on or floor. Breathe into the center. Out as you sweep it up. Into the center. Out as you roll. In as you prepare. Drinking bird, to rocking chair, to drinking bird, lifting out and settling. And coming back to your center, experience your body, walking the legs back, taking a moment to be in your own body. I'm going to lie on your back for a moment, resting in Shavasana. Aware of what it's feeling like, what your body is saying to you. You can spread out, or you can bend your legs, put your feet on the floor if your lower back's feeling a little tender today. Do you need a little support for your head? Fold up that blanket, use a pillow cushion if you need to. So having your props ready. Of course, if you're watching a recording, then you can always pause the video, get what you need and come back. Ideally, you'll have it all to hand before you start the practice so that you can let it flow. So as the practice flows, so your breath is going to flow. Experience your breath flowing through the body. Perhaps aware of any sensations after moving. Lifted the energy, moved the energy. Has it reached the furthest corners of your body, your fingertips, your toes? Has it loosened the body, joints? Take a comfortable deep breath in. Sigh that breath away. If you wish to, stretch fingers and toes or wiggle fingers and toes. Then bring your legs back together. And we're going to move on to some holding, gentle holding stretches. So from lying flat, if you bring your right knee onto your chest, and wrap your hands either behind that knee, if that's more comfortable for you, or around your shin, if you can reach easily. What's another way of holding your leg is with a strap. So if you find it difficult to get hold, put the strap around your shin or behind your thigh and use the strap to stretch your arms. And we're becoming aware of the sensation at the top of the leg. It's where we're looking to experience the closing of this practice, this posture, as well as perhaps some stretch along the back. Find your breath. As you breathe out, you could allow the abdominals to drop away from the thigh, perhaps bringing the leg a little closer. Notice whether your head is appropriately supported. If your chin is up, maybe you need to put something underneath the occipitals. Have the leg that you're holding as heavy as it can be. Releasing that foot to the floor, allow it to slide away. Observing the two sides. Bring the feet together, drawing your left leg onto your chest. Settling in, experiencing your body. Notice your breath. You can hold behind the thigh. And use your strap. And we experience at the top of the leg, letting go. Now, if you find resistance at the top of that leg, it may be appropriate to think soft, or that's right. It's very tight. Allow that leg to come away a little. Experience the sensations. Then as it becomes freer, there may be room for it to move closer. One more beautiful breath here. And floating that foot back to the earth and straight if it's appropriate for you. Remembering that you always have the feet on the floor, knees bent. So both together or one at a time, bringing both knees onto your chest, using those hip flexors, and you can place the hands around or behind, whatever feels right for you. And just for a moment, noticing how much of the pelvis lifts off the floor. Can the pelvis go back down, even if the knees aren't as close into your chest? And if we pull the bottom up, then that may be a strain on the lower back. Let's keep the knees away if that's the situation for you. So then taking the hands to the floor, either side of the body, and using your heels, think of the sit bones, and press your heels up away from you. And their legs may not straighten, don't force them to. Let's go wherever they go. Avoiding taking your thighs away from your legs. Keep your knees, thighs towards the body and simply stretching your legs up towards it. You can bring the feet together if you wish to. Notice what's working in your body. Press the sit bones back down towards the floor. And then a little shuffling with those feet, moving them forwards and backwards. If you're shuffling along the earth, engage those abdominals. If you want to make this a little harder, with more strength, use your hands as if you were endeavoring to walk on all fours, shuffling hands and feet. It's not really crawling, because we would be bending our knees if we were crawling. And then softly allowing yourself to release. And the feet can go to the floor or slide away. We're coming over onto the front now. If you'd like to roll over onto your abdomen safely, whichever way works for you. And settle. If you need support under your ankles, remember to put that blanket underneath your ankles. Check your pelvis. You might want to wriggle and wiggle. You could rest your hands one on top of the other and your forehead on your hands. So settling into your breath here. Take another really wonderful breath, feeling that lower back releasing as you breathe out. Inviting your body up onto the elbows. So each person will decide what is the appropriate position for their elbows. You might have them underneath your shoulders and your palms facing down, or bringing your palms together into a more classic Sphinx. If the lower back's a little tight today, you don't want the feet together, you might have the legs a little wider apart. If you've been working a lot at computing, you may find the upper back is a little tight, and you may like to bring your elbows a long way forward and rest your forehead in your hands or your chin in your hands, and allow that upper thoracic spine to begin to release down toward the floor. So the ribs will be resting on the earth. So there's a few options here for allowing the back to begin to bend backwards. Entirely your choice. Position your hands, your head, your shoulders, your elbows, wherever they will be most comfortable for you. Bring your awareness back to your breath once you're there. You may notice that your inhale is easier or perhaps a little longer than your exhale when you're in back bends. But the exhale allows you to potentially go a little deeper into the back bend. So use that. Allow your breath to facilitate the movements. Settle the pelvis deeper into the earth if that's possible. Experience a gentle sweeping curve of the spine. If in any hard edges, any right angles in your spine, soften, move away from them. Iron out the curve. Anybody's back that's feeling supple and free today might like to place their hands out and lift the elbows off into a sphinx. This is only if it feels as good as it did just now because you've rested there for a while and you're ready to go to the next stage. Pelvis is still on the ground. Breath is still flowing. The earth is beneath you and you're rising up, striking forward like a snake. You will come out of this whenever you need to. If it's before, I suggest you do. As we spend more time sitting, it's important for us to take our bodies into the opposite direction. Invite the spine to move in all its directions. When you're ready, you can gently return through your elbows to lying with your face resting on your hands, or turn your head to one side and your arms alongside your body. We're going to move into a stretch for the quads now, the front of the thigh. I'm going to give you a choice. I'm going to show you two possibilities and you can decide for yourself which one you want to do. The first one is the simplest one for those who find that they have issues with their knees or rotations or very tight quads that less happy to move. So if you have a strap, a yoga strap, then you can use that. And I usually lay it alongside the mat. And if I was going to use it to pull my foot up, I would put it around my ankle, lock it there, and take the other strap. So when I'm lying down, I don't have to mess around. I've got more than one, so I could use one for each leg, which is even easier. So the side you're lifting, you're going to rest the head down on the opposite hand, and then you can bend your leg up. And you can either use the strap around it, or you can take hold of it with your hand. So this is a lying half bow. If you find you are happy to take the opposite, then you could do the cattail stretch. With the cattail stretch, you'd bring the left leg up beside you, and you can stretch that out if you need to, and walk the other leg out behind you. Turn towards the leg you lifted first and bending so you're stretching through the right quadricep. So remember, the front leg is bent maybe at a right angle at the pelvis. Back leg walked out away, and then you can find the quadricep stretch. The head can rest down on your arm if you prefer. As you hold, you may find that you want to take that foot further away or pull it closer to your bottom to get the stretch back into the front of the thigh. And if it's appropriate for you, you can move the heel of the front leg away to get possibly some stretch into your hamstring area. If that disturbs the pelvis, wants to stay down, pelvis quite close to the floor at the front. If it pushes the pelvis up, maybe leave that leg. My breathing. So we've got options here. We're either in cat-tail stretch, as I am at the moment, or that half bow, which I showed you just now. Noticing where you find the primary effect, the primary stretch. Is this in your quadricep? Somewhere else, maybe you need to do the alternative. So if you're in cat-tail stretch and it's not working well for you, it has a twisting element, so the top shoulder is going back. If that's less than good, move over, back onto your front and take hold of your foot from behind. Check in with your breath and your energy. One more beautiful deep breath. And as you breathe out, softly releasing that foot and coming back to lie on your front. Staying where you are, I'm turning around. Resting your head down and remembering if you're taking the half bow, you can bend the other leg and take hold of it, stretch it. If you're taking cat-tail stretch, bring your right knee up. Keep the pelvis nice and low, so stretch that knee away, walk the other foot away, well away. Turn towards with your chest, you rotate your chest, and then you can take hold of the other foot. So the arm and foot are opposites. It's not the same hand and foot. You're holding the same foot on the same side as your arm. It's the wrong leg. So do I have a stretch through the back legs, quadriceps? It's the front of your thigh and the back leg. And of course, extending through the heel of the front foot might bring some stretch into your hamstrings at the back of that thigh. So enjoying the stretch. Release, closing your eyes if you wish to, and breathing deep. Holding in half bow, a cat-tail stretch. Remembering that as we hold, we may find that the body changes slightly, things change. If it becomes too aggressive, we take away of it. If it becomes easier, we can move it deeper. That's right. That's right. Checking in with your sensation, has it changed? Is it changing? And softly releasing that leg and lying back on your front if you're in cat-tail stretch. You'll already be on your front if you're in half bow. Those of you on your front who are happy to could travel back to your child's pose, and those who find that that's unhelpful for their knees, you could stay all over on your back and softly, gently bring your knees back onto your chest. As you move into your child's pose or hug your knees, check in with your lower back. Move slowly and deliberately. Those going into child pose, if your bottom doesn't quite reach your heels, you could use padding between your bottom and your heels, or use fists underneath your forehead to lift your head and let the sacrum tail drop. And then when you feel ready, bring yourself back to lie on your back. You can rest in Shavasana if you wish to for a moment. Noticing how it feels, what's going on. We're going to take a stretch. We're going to take Bananasana, the side stretch. Using out the sides of the body. So you can take this as far as is appropriate for you. The beginning in a straight line, you may want to look down your body, checking in, am I actually straight? Then moving your left leg out to the left towards the side of your mat, or for some people off it. Keeping the pelvis nice and square, straight, so the headlights are shining straight up to the ceiling. Moving your right foot to meet your left heel to the best of its ability. If you find that tricky, please bring your left leg back a bit. And we're going to allow the right side of the body to stretch. So you may want to invite the left arm either out to the side or up alongside the ear, whatever's comfortable for you. If you need to have the elbow bent, please do that. Let the back of the arm, back of the shoulder rest on the floor wherever they will reach. And the right arm, perhaps lifting it up over the top towards the ceiling, and let it rest wherever it can reach. If you have a bolster handy, your arm doesn't reach the floor, you could rest it on a bolster above your head. If it's appropriate for you, draw your right arm over the top of your head and clasp your right wrist with your left hand. Keeping the shoulders, backs of the arms on the floor as much as you're able to, and breathing. Breathe into the right side of the body. You feel your body will stretch a little more, take your left leg out, right leg out, arms and shoulders a little more to the left. And then you might decide to either turn your head to the left, to stretch the right side of the neck, or keep your face in the center. Extending down through the right leg. If it's appropriate, experiment with lifting your right ankle on top of your left. Does that help the stretch on the right side? And for some people, it's too much, let it come back down. And other people, they like to put their left leg on top of the right. Which works for you. And remembering that the extension is through the right heel. Sending it away. So my pelvis still level. I rotated, twisted my pelvis. Two more breaths into the right side of the chest. And releasing softly the arms one at a time back beside the body. Untying the legs and bringing the legs back one at a time to the center. Experiencing for a moment, and you may find that if you look down your body, You may not be straight. That's normal. Observing and noticing the two sides. You're taking your right leg out to the right. Your left leg perhaps joining it. If you've gone too far, bring it back. Checking pelvis is level. And right arm can go over wherever it will, or resting on a bolster or cushions. When you're ready, the left arm can join, wherever it will go. If it can't clasp, don't clasp, and draw the left arm over the top. Keeping the shoulder blades flat on the earth, the pelvis level on the earth, and the breath flowing. And sometimes we have one side that's different from the other, and so we have to make accommodations for it. Yeah, again, if it's appropriate, you could lift the left ankle on top of the right, push the heel away, and the right ankle on top of the left. It's still the left heel that's pushing away, and the breath is coming into the left chest, and the head can turn to the right for a stretch through the left side of the neck. If you experience any tension in the shoulders, release the arms and let them be bent on the floor. The chest can move a little further to the left if it's appropriate for you. Right, sorry, to the right. Just to the right. Deep, comfortable breaths. If it helps, imagine a balloon on the left ribs, chest, between your armpit and waist. Inflating that balloon and deflating it completely. Settle into the bend, gentle curve through the side of the body. Contact with the earth beneath you. And then gently, softly finding your way back through the arms first. Untying the legs, releasing the legs back to the center. And resting, spreading yourself out comfortably in Shavasana. Readjusting if you need to make sure you're in the center. And allow the breath to flow. Head supported as you need to. After your side stretches, you may feel like bringing your knees into your chest or bending your legs, feet on the floor. And giving yourself a little hug or a rock on the roll, or circling the knees, easing out. If you're circling, make sure you go in both directions. Gently rolling yourself over or rolling yourself up, bringing yourself to sit. And once again, you may choose to use your bolster or cushions or kneel. And as you settle, bring your awareness to your breath, noticing how your body feels for a moment, making any wriggles as wiggles that you wish to. And gently turning to the right side. Easing yourself around, you can hold on to the opposite leg. And coming back to the center, pause there, and invite yourself gently around to the other side. With our pelvis fixed, we can move our chest, our head, our neck. And returning back to your center. You may like to tip your chin gently down, stretch the back of your neck. And lifting the head back to center. And taking the chin slightly up, stretching the neck safely for you. If it feels appropriate, the hands could be placed behind the head. And bring the chin down and softly press. Lifting the head back to center. You can hold the head if you need to, or you can put your hands on the front and push your forehead into your hands. Keep your head level, this isn't a tip back yet. Just push your head and feel those deep muscles in your neck really far. And then place the hands behind, keeping your head level. Push your head into your hands resisting. Big resistance. Releasing the hands. Taking the ear to the ear, shoulder to shoulder. Head back to center. Here's the other shoulder. And back to center. Hand against the side of the head. Push as hard as you can with your hand and your head, meeting each other. Softly release, changing sides. Push the heel of the hand into the side of the head. Head into the hand, noticing the sensations. And release. And roll shoulders. Hug them, shrug them, whatever you need to do. Then back to center. Experiencing your breath. You may like to place a hand, your left hand on your lower belly and your right hand on your chest. And close your eyes for a moment. Noticing how you are breathing. Does my breath move my lower hand first, then my upper hand, or my upper hand first, then my lower hand? Which is working? Next breath out, engage those abdominal muscles, draw the abdominals back. Hold them back as you feel the breath fill the collarbones, the chest, the lower ribs, and then let the hand move forward. As you breathe out, pulling back through from pelvic muscles, through navel, through ribs, empty chest, empty collarbone. Fill collarbones to pubic bone. Empty pubic bone to collarbones. Obviously that's not really what happens, but it's what we can think of. So filling from the top, from the crown of the head, all the way down through to the base of the body, the torso. And as you breathe out, energy from the bottom flowing out, all the way out. If you find it helpful to have your hands on, you can maintain them. If you prefer to take them down, they can rest on your lap. Or you could adopt a full breath mudra, Bhairava, resting your left hand at the bottom, right hand on top. Or Hakini for the full integration. Drawing the abdominals back as you empty. Retaining some of that control as you fill the chest first. Ujjayi, breath as you know it, if you know it. and a smile on your face. Counting your breaths. Count 1 as you breathe in, 1 as you breathe out, not the length of it, just the number of times you do it. 2 as you breathe in, 2 as you breathe out. Back to 1 as you breathe in, count 1 as you breathe out. 2 as you breathe in, 2 as you breathe out. And continue, just counting 1 and 2. If you lose count, begin again. If you continue to count, begin again. The practice is to stay with it, accepting what happens and returning to the process. Focused on the breath, on the count. Softly letting the hands release if they're in a mudra. Taking a comfortable deep breath in and sighing breath away. And draw the palms of your hands to your heart space. Feel that sense of being connected with the earth below, heavens above. And you in the middle, whole, safe. Making time and space for yourself to nurture. Keep healthy, keep strong. To let go of fear. Supporting our sense of self supporting our self-esteem, our ability to have unconditional love for ourselves, and then to enable us to send it out to others. You can say with me, if you know the words, may I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. Hariam Tat Sat. Namaste.